Hello, and welcome to the 2013 Intramural CoRec basketball season. All managers' meetings will be done online, and everyone must pass a short quiz following this presentation in order to hold on to their division spot. If you fail to pass this quiz, you will be dropped from the division and no longer able to participate. Intramural sports staff consists of Associate Director Bill Mock, Graduate Assistants Jeremy Gandabin and Caitlin Howell, and your student supervisors, scorekeepers, and officials will be your first point of contact on the courts. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to keep up with any and all updates such as schedule changes, cancellations, postponements, outstanding achievements, and anything in between. As managers, you will serve as the liaison between intramural sports staff and your team. Some duties include completing your rosters, selecting a team name, informing your team about insurance, informing your team of rules and schedules, ensuring compliance with eligibility rules, paying any forfeit fines, playoff scheduling, and checking for any schedule changes. Every participant must have an ID in order to sign in before games. This is a mandatory policy and there are no exceptions. Anyone without an ID will not be allowed to participate. As far as eligibility is concerned, any student that is registered for at least 1 credit hour may participate, and any faculty and staff that have hyper memberships are eligible. Spouses of students and faculty or staff may participate on CoRec teams with their spouse. Professional athletes are not allowed to participate in that corresponding sport until they are 3 years removed from playing professionally. Any varsity athlete must be a full year removed from their corresponding sport before they are eligible to play, but they may play any other sport they did not participate in on a varsity level, with the exception that there are a maximum of 3 per roster. In order to participate in the Greek division, participants must be a member of the Greek organization. Pledges are considered members following rush. You are allowed to protest an eligibility ruling for the intramural staff to review. The intramural staff has the final say on the eligibility ruling of any participant in question. Protests cannot be filed for judgment calls made by the officials. Following every game, our officials will assign each team a sportsmanship rating of 1 through 4. Teams must have an average score of 2.5 in order to make the playoffs. Consistently bad sportsmanship may lead to ejection from the league altogether. Anyone individually ejected from a game will be suspended from any and all intramural activities indefinitely and are not eligible to return until a meeting with the associate director and intramural sports staff has cleared them. Forfeit fines will be assessed for any teams that do not show up for a game. There will be a 5-minute grace period allowed. The opposing team will receive 3 points for every minute that a team is late, up to 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the game will be forfeited. Fines will be $45 and charged to student accounts following the season. If you are unable to make the game, please call a minimum of 24 hours in advance and you will not be fined. If you do not have over half of the minimum amount of players needed to start a game, your team may still be assessed a forfeit fine regardless of how many players the other team has present or if the other team has already forfeited. In the event of an emergency, intramural sports will consider rescheduling. The request must be submitted at least 2 days in advance. Any postponement or cancellation may be made if there is inclement weather. Please check our social media sites and your email for any updates regarding weather. All divisions will consist of 5 players on a court at a time. A minimum of 4 players must be present to start. A minimum of 2 females and 1 male must be on the court at all times. Roster limits are 12. Teams may add players throughout the regular season as long as it is before 3 p.m. every day, and players may not be added once the final regular season game has been played. In order to make the playoffs, you must finish top 2 in your division, have a sportsmanship rating of at least 2.5, and a winning percentage of at least 500. All of our rules are governed by the National Intramural Recreational Sports Association Basketball Rulebook. Games will consist of 2 20-minute halves. The clock will stop for timeouts and at the last 2 minutes of the second half. If the score is tied at the end of regulation, a 2-minute overtime will be used to determine the winner. For equipment, we only permit non-marking shoes, and no jewelry is allowed. Each team must wear matching colored jerseys with permanent numbers. Markers are permissible, but absolutely no tape is allowed. The numbers must be legal numbers, meaning 00 through 99. No symbols, fractions, or anything else will be allowed. You can find a full list of rules at our website at urec.uark.edu. For all managers, we would like you to know that free agents are also available at any time throughout the season for those who might need more team members. If anyone has any questions following this presentation, please feel free to contact us by email at imsports@uark.edu or call us at 575-2986. We wish everyone good luck and have a great season.